Here we go. There we go. Another checkpoint. See, oh, it's not Duracell, it's Energizer. I'm sorry. I said Duracell 2 times. It's Energizer. I'm sorry. Alright, there's something over here. I'm gonna go check that out before we go down. Alright. Another flare gun. Okay, so we have the equivalent of like 2 grenade launchers worth. My train of thought is still here. Thank you very much, Misk. Miss Hugo's train of thought is still boarding at the station. Thanks. I get easily distracted. What can I say? At least I'm doing this. Now that you know. Right, Energizer, the only battery powerful enough to defeat the darkness. Alright. I love how it doesn't want me to turn around as they're doing it. There we go. That was some good old Djibouti shooty. So... God, I really like, not enough games if they're gonna do a horror setting. Like, just make it mundane. Make a horror game that's 100% mundane, no weird gothic architecture. Make it just an average, everyday kind of place where weird shit is just happening. I want that. Ooh, hey. What's this?
For such a legacy is steep indeed. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode.
A quantum suicide.
If our lives are already written, it would take a courageous man to change the script. Having called a press conference, Dr. Barclay Colvin is about to demonstrate that very courage.
Do you want to watch this or do you want me to keep going? For sake of it, I kind of want to keep going, but the basic setup is that guy creates a machine that essentially, if I understand correctly, makes Schrodinger's cat theory actually work. So, yeah, killed by his own hubris. Yeah, this doesn't come off as scary anymore. This comes out as comical more than anything. Alright. There we go, and here comes Stucky. He's gonna come down to play. Alright. Is that Stucky there, or is that... Alright, where'd he go? There he is. Alright. Come on. Ah, there we go. There we go.
Stucky's body vanished, leaving behind only a lifetime of nightmares to come. Assuming I'd reach the lights of the gas station alive.
Well, that was fun. And by fun, I mean horrific.
I recognized the parade float I had seen in Bright Falls when I first arrived with Alice.
Alright. Killed by his own hubris. Alright. So, the next...
insanity I had just experienced in the darkness, the lights of the gas station felt comforting. At least for a moment. The sane world reasserted itself.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be staying for a while. Stucky taken.
Stucky spat on the garage floor and tried to shake the cobwebs from his head. Ever since the couple never showed to pick up the keys, things had been fuzzy. Something, a feeling caught his attention. Stucky looked up and stared as his brain tried in vain to process the horror before him. He stumbled back, knocking over a can of oil. A black pool spread across the floor while he struggled for a brief moment, then let go as the unrelenting darkness engulfed him.
So, yeah, that's essentially what we get to, Oh, one
The
second.
Deer Fest had been 2 weeks away when we arrived. If the day count on the banner was right, I was missing a whole week between the night we got here and now. The garage was a mess. It looked like someone had trashed the place, or that there'd been some kind of fight.
I'll write. I'll keep writing. Outside, there's only darkness. Outside the cabin, outside the story, there's only darkness. I can feel her presence in the dark. Just now, I could smell her perfume in the room. I'll reach her. I'll fix it up. I'll bring her back. The story will come true. If I stop, she's lost.
I don't believe this. It'd been me on the TV, talking crazy. Was I losing my mind?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that welcome sign is kind of creepy, but whatever.
Bright Falls Sheriff Station.
And here comes the end of this episode. I'm gonna let it play. I have to go get a drink.
God, Sheriff.
Sheriff Sarah Breaker, you are...
I'm Alan Wake, but listen. I was in a car crash. My wife, Alice, she's missing.
Calm down, Mr. Wake.
We were staying in a cabin on the island, on Cauldron Lake.
There's no island on Cauldron Lake, not since the big eruption in the 70s.
Please, I can take you there, okay?
You look like you've taken a pretty bad knock to the head. Are you okay?
Listen.
We'll figure this out. Please get in the car. We'll swing by the lake and then we'll go to the station, okay? Mr. Wake, have you seen Stucky, the guy who owns this place?
I realized I couldn't tell her what had happened in the forest. She wouldn't have believed me. And then she wouldn't have helped me with Alice.
No, Alan, you're the crazy one. So yeah, that if this was a TV series, that would have been a pretty good premiere.
Tiptoes to my room every night, just to sprinkle stardust and to whisper, go to sleep, everything is alright. I close my eyes,
Alright.
then I drift away into the magic night.
They're not going to go through a credit sequence. And while this song is pretty, I don't think it's going to be worth,
Alan Wake.
you know.
I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could write here.
I don't want to hear it. God damn it, Alice.
Now, she's missing.
Alice? Alice?
I woke up behind the wheel of a crashed car. I'm missing a week. I was attacked by shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at. But the cabin had disappeared.
Taken. I know this is a dumb thing to say, but after all these years of watching games like these,
Honey?
there is something about how this game has never gotten, alright, character model carrying an object. It always looks like the object's kind of floating in their hands. Like, he's not really holding it, it's just kind of, you know, connected it. Where's the coffee maker?
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
On a side note, I just want to show this window. All this makes me want is to play Max Payne 3 or Max Payne again, or for there to be another Max Payne game taking place back in New York City during a blizzard. I like Max Payne 3 and I may do a stream or a let's play of it,
Oh, hey,
but
I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
oh,
No kidding.
okay.
I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
You
On
want
occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
like these two actually talk like a couple. I'll give them that.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called. Alan? Alan, please check the fuse box.
Okay,
Right here. I'm on it, honey.
it's not that dark. Now, this isn't an issue where the character's being a wimp. I'm gonna lay this on the development team because there's no way they could get the right kind of dark.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay. Hi.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
Like, I don't want to blame that as, oh god, she's afraid of, like, noonday light in the
Especially
apartment.
when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
Now, like, this isn't a, you know, these two characters at least have some kind of chemistry together. It's not like, okay, this is your wife, you will love her because she is your wife.
Anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Like, even that,
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head.
like, this game,
I'm sorry you had to cut your morning fishing short for this, Doc.
Oh, she's a beauty, ain't she? Not the biggest I ever caught, if you can believe that coming from an old fisherman like me, but she's right up there. Now, she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you prefer a lure. Now, if you want either trout or salmon, on the other hand, then it's fly fishing for you. You a fishing man, Mr. Wake? Oh, doesn't really matter, I suppose. But it can be very relaxing out there. You can't get me off the water this time of year. Closest thing to heaven.
I'll take your word for it, Doc.
Like, that's... I'm sorry if I get really focused on talking to people, but that's one of the things that really sells this game for me. Them putting so much detail onto people and how they talk and how they act. Have you seen this man disappeared in, oh god, June 20th, knack for winning contests. I haven't been in contact.
I'll be sure to take care of it, Miss Weaver. Have a nice day now.
Very good. I'll come back later on to remind you, just in case.
And here's the town equivalent of the
Mr.
log
Wade,
lady.
The sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor.
Okay. So
That was Cynthia Weaver. I guess you can call her the
Oh,
town
she wants to talk.
eccentric. She used to be the editor of the local newspaper, but she's focused on, other things these days.
She'd fit right in where I come from.
As you can see, she's a little obsessed with maintaining the light bulbs of the whole town, refuses to step on shadows, things like that. Back in her day, she wrote about all sorts of weird things in the paper. Bright Falls has a colorful history. Of course, what small town hasn't?
Mine didn't. Mine was literally, but...
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak.
Mr. Wake, can I help you with anything?
Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor. Just don't mind Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
They don't understand. They won't listen to me. I need it to be bright in here. Thank you, man. Thank you. Hey, you're all right. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different. You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got it all wrong. See? Sure, I beat him up, but I wasn't drunk. I mean, I wasn't drunk at the time. I only got drunk afterward. Okay, listen. You gotta listen carefully now. Here's the kicker. That wasn't Danny. No, sir. It only looked like him. You wanna know who it really was? I'll tell you who it really was.
It was a goddamn space alien.
Goddamn space alien! I know it sounds like something a drunk would say, but believe me, I wasn't drunk then.
Nope. But you're drunk now, so testimony is not usable in
The early
court.
morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Alright, fence on the left. Here we go. There we go. Oh, hey, here we go.
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall in the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
All right.
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Al, what the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Well, at least he's sleeping.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
All right, that's not creepy in the least bit.
I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent and regrettable little outing. They are not accountable for their actions, of course. I can assure you that my staff has been reprimanded.
Tor and Odin never caused any trouble to anyone when they were still living at their farm.
Indeed. All we can do is to slow down the progress of their dementia.
They don't seem like Alzheimer's patients. I'm sorry.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Yeah, punch him out.
Take it easy.
Do it. Oh, and here comes the hero of this story.
Nobody move. Get your hands off of my client.
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, sir.
I can't help but love Barry. I'm sorry.
I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I just love the idea, like, with him wearing that puffer jacket.
I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him!
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Barry wants it. He wants it bad.
Max.
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you. And she was very helpful when I was looking for you. Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy? And his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
No!
Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice.
Do
and
you
everything's
understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
Right. Wait here. Ignore everything. Just stand here with Bucktooth Charlie and the grizzly bear. Have fun. Alright.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Well, at least Max is gonna be okay. You got lucky.
Well,
Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet.
oh, that's the thing. Like, if I'd stayed there longer, I can understand.
You can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No. This whole thing... Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
Nah. Nah, I'm done. Sign the form. Sign it. There we go. Take the form to Rusty. Blah, blah, blah. So, I just gotta say, God, this game's pretty.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
That dog looks like just unnatural compared to the area around him. He looks like a cartoon
You're
dog.
asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up sleeves, and eating a healthy diet of pills. Al, you make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff. You're the skeptic. You gave me an hour-long lecture on homeopathy last month. What was it? If there's no proof, it's pure bullshit. Period.
Guess the laugh's on me then.
Al, come on! I mean, okay. Okay, maybe something weird happened to you, okay?
Well, thanks for the heartfelt vote of confidence.
All I'm saying is you gotta throw me a bone here, bestseller. What would you think if...
Alright, I'm just skipping that, because as much as I want to focus on the characters, I just don't want to, you know...
Al? Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
He's just gonna sneeze.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
That was in the Appalachian Mountains. This is in the Pacific Northwest.
This place is trying to kill me.
Completely different type of rednecks.
Spores, poison ivy, God knows what. This is so not worth a 15% commission.
Alright, which...
Real funny, Al. Real funny. Ha ha! Thank you. Sit here in the dark till you come back. I'll wait here, Al.
Until I get... Oh, I missed that detail. Until I get eaten by a grue.